Hello everyone. This video is the continuation of our restaurant POS system series, and in this video we will create our table API. Okay, so let's start. Go to the controller and create a file table controller.js. Okay, so here we will define our all controllers, so just follow me. Now let's export this. Actually, I only made those controllers which is required right now. Okay, you can add as many as you want. Like if you want to add more features, then you can create APIs. Okay. Now let's create our route. Here first of all import express. Now let's define our router. Now let's define our routes. It is router.route. It is post, and here write add table router.route. Get tables. Update tables. Okay, here we have to pass is verified user or not. So we have set up our routes. Now go to the app.js and write here Now let's go to the model and create table model.js, and here let's define our table model. Okay, so just follow me. So here I have defined attributes like table number, status, and this is current order. Okay, so initially it is null, no any data is present in the current order, but when an order is placed and table is booked, I want to populate this data with the order. Okay, so this will refer to our order model, so that's why I have written this mongoose.schema.types.objectId and refer the order model. Okay, and one more thing we have to do is like you have to add table in our order as well. Okay, so here just write table and write type mongoose.schema.types.objectId, and this will refers to our table model. Okay, Okay, now let's define our controllers. So I think you have defined these controllers already, then you are familiar with how the things work. Okay, now let's define our add table. Okay, so wrap everything inside try catch block and write here next error. Okay, now here we have to receive the data which is coming from the request body. So data is like table number request.body. I don't want to receive the status because it should be by default available. Okay, so here just remove this and write default available. Okay, now we have to check that whether the user provided table number or not. So just write if not table, then simply throw an error, that is 400. Please provide table number. Okay, and here error, return error. Okay, now if the table number is present, then we have to find it in our database that whether it is already present or not. So just write const is table present and write here await table dot find one and pass here table number. Okay, if it is present, then we have to throw an error. So just copy this and write here table already exists. Okay, now if table is not present, then we have to create the table. Okay, so just write here const new table and write here new table and pass here table number. Okay, and here write await new table dot save. Now let's send the response to the client. Now let's define the get table controller. Okay, now let's create the update table. So once the order is placed, then we have to update the order table status to from available to booked, and want to store the order ID into this current order attribute. Okay, so here just write try catch. So first of all, we have to receive the data coming from request body, that is table status. Only status, so just write status. Okay, and order ID. Okay, and here we have to find the table from the database. So write here table Amrit table dot find by id and update, and here pass request dot params dot id, and here we have to pass table status to status. So let's write only status, and current order to order id. Okay, and right here new true. Okay, and if table is not present, then just throw this error that 404 table not found. Okay, now if table is found and it is successfully updated, then just return from here status 200 Node.js. Okay, so I think we are done with our controller. Now let's test it. So go to the Postman and create a route, add table. Okay, and here write http API table. Okay, so this will be post request, and inside the body we have to pass table number. Okay, so just write here 1 and click on send. Okay, I think our server is not running. Yeah, here we got an error that is router.use middleware function but got an object. Okay, so go to your table routes. Okay, here we have to export our route as well. Okay, module.exports router. Okay, now go to the app.js, and here it is fine. Now our server is running properly. Now let's test it again. Yeah, table is created, status is available, and this is the table id. Okay, now let's create more table, that is 2, 3. Yeah, there are 3 tables created. Now just create one more request, that is get tables, and right here tables, and just click on send. I can see that we have received a correct response, that is table 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now let's update our table 1 with some order id. Let's suppose this order id. Okay, this order id. So first of all create a request here, and the post request, and this is, and here we have to pass the table id first. Okay, so go to get table and copy this table id and pass here, and inside the body we have to pass 2 things which we already defined here. Thus we have to pass status and order id. Okay, so status is booked and order id is okay, this order id. Let's copy this and paste here. Okay, now click on send. 404 not found. Oh, this is put request. Okay, I can see that our table is updated properly. Now click on get tables. I can see that table status is changed from available to booked, and we have a current order. Okay, so we are done with our table APIs and order APIs. Now let's fix some bugs, like whenever you click on update table and here just remove one E and click on send, then we receive this long format of error. So this is not good. We have to send a proper error here. So just go to your controllers. First of all, go to your order controller, and wherever you are using order ID, yes, here first of here first of all receive ID from request.params, and here you have to check that if not mongoose dot types dot object id dot is valid id. If this is not a valid id, then we have to throw an error here. So just copy this and paste here. Here just write invalid id. Okay, invalid id. Okay, and here just remove this and pass only id. Okay, now just copy this and where and here. Okay, okay, and just copy this id and change this from this. Okay, now again copy this whole and go to the table controller and here just paste it and change this to this. Okay, so we are done. Now let's, as I removed here one character, and if I click on send, then we receive mongoose is not defined. Okay, so this is correct ID, and if I click on send, then this will update the ID. But if I remove one character E from here and click on send, then you will receive an invalid ID error. Okay, so you can check this in our get order by ID as well. So here just copy this and paste here. So you will receive the ID, but if I remove this E and send it, then invalid ID. Okay, so we are done with our table API and order API. So in the next video, we will create our login and register page in the front end, and we'll connect our front end with the back end. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share with your friends.